One of the things that we have to ask ourselves is, if we're not solving the problem, do we accept that we are the problem? And I'm going to say yes, we are. The Hasbara have been targeting activists, pro-Palestinian activists, Muslims, the left, pick a group, for quite some time. Anyone who's critical of Israel gets the Hasbara full wrath. And who's been training them? That question needs to be asked. Who's enabled them? That needs to be asked. And who's coordinating them? These questions need to be asked. But they're all problems that we need to solve. Recently, the ridiculous case against NECAP was thrown out. But let's break down the process. Somebody complained. The Crown Prosecution picked it up. The police picked it up. It went through a process to vilify an Irish rock band that was anti-genocide, that picked up a flag that was thrown on their stage. It doesn't happen to most people. It's not a thing that happens to people who are West Ham supporters or EDL supporters or even Reform Party supporters. It doesn't happen. But it happened to this guy. It happened to Liam. It happened to NECAP. The vilification was there. So who's creating the vilification and who's enabling it within our systems? The tribunal found that Dr. Rahma was fine for her pro-Palestinian activism. But once again, we know who complained about her, but who trained them to complain? Who coordinated that complaint? We know that there was a coordinated effort to destroy this young woman's career, this young doctor's career, this young professional's career. They didn't care about the investment that she made, the country made, her family made in helping other people. It was all about silencing her voice to protest about what was happening with genocide. As an example, that leads me to Wes Streeting, the MP for Ilford North. Wes Streeting is a hardcore Zionist, and he's been groomed since his student days. And we've seen it happen. It happened before our very eyes. It happened before the very eyes of the Muslim students, the Islamic societies in his university. It happened in front of everyone, and they allowed it to happen. They also allowed him to get into a position of power where he can now change the rules against Dr. Rahma. And he won by a few hundred votes. And I'm putting that down to the elections, and by losing by a few hundred votes, who didn't pull their weight? That's a gnat's dick away from winning. So was it a lack of coordination from the opposition? Was it a lack of unity? Was it a lack of messaging? Was it a lack of effort? Who decided to take a lunch break while he was solidifying his last 200 votes? These things need to happen. Who didn't coordinate while he was coordinating? Who didn't compromise when he was making an alliance? These things need to be asked. By asking those questions and accepting that it's not our ego that drives the answer, we have to accept that we need to improve and level up. The institutional attack on us, our activists, our representatives, the people we love, and ultimately on the innocents that are getting bombed and killed is down to us and us not solving that problem.